Your enemies are over the head of both sides. Easy to beat the greatest beat. The word is easy to beat. Every day they don't only see me. Calling all the any calling me. He gets real big pissed off. Quick to be crossing my mic shot dead. Metaphorical force that a little more navigating force. Letting go of one more running from the source. They overly in the center. They feel the world audience. Shit me hard to live. This part quick to wake you up. Reach me to this.
And this will ain't I accept negativity I expect. Once it's in your mind, sacrifice to fight for your life.
July 4th, a day to celebrate America. A day of pride in our country. A day we stop and thank God we are living in the greatest country on earth. That's how most Americans feel about our country. But not Donald Trump.
We're a third world country.
We've become like a third world nation. We're literally an uncivilized country now.
Not the country we love. What's wrong with Donald Trump? Why does he hate America so much? He is ashamed of America. And he's this 4th of July. Be proud of our country. Of what we've done. Of what we've overcome. Be proud of who we are. America is bigger. Bigger than these divisions. Bigger than this man.
What's up, everybody? I would say happy Independence Day, but I don't know if that's actually appropriate. It feels more like a day of mourning. The fact that these guys are probably going to sign the big, beautiful bill today on Independence Day. MAGA's out there celebrating like, everything's great. And everything's going to be okay, even though, the comments I get, Amanda's on here. She's seen some of the comments I get. They're unbelievable. They're so excited about concentration camps and buying alligator Alcatraz merch. Our country truly has descended into madness, led by some of the dumbest people possible, I think. So I'm not really in the mood, honestly, to be on tonight. I didn't go on last night because of all of this, but I guess I need to get some of this shit out of my system. I'm going to scream. So there's a lot we can talk about. One, obviously, the bill is passed. It's got to go to his desk. Donald Trump will now have a personal army with a budget of over, $100 billion. His ICE budget now is larger than most countries' annual military budgets. Just think about that. And they report to him. So if you think the ICE raids were bad before this, you haven't seen shit yet. Because they were running out of money. That was true. And now, thanks to this big, beautiful bill. And there were some Republican holdouts, I guess. And all it took was a personal meeting with Donald Trump and for him to sign some merch for these spineless cowards to flip and screw over the entirety of America, their own constituents, especially. And Donald Trump has a nerve to go to Iowa and speak to people in Iowa, and they're there cheering for him like he's doing something to help him out. Man, it's truly dystopian. And now they're starting to do shit like this. Like I got this today. Check your email. A lot of you guys probably got straight up propaganda now sent directly to your email from the Social Security Administration. In case you haven't gotten this, a lot of people have. I don't know if everybody has, but the Social Security Administration is celebrating the passage of the One Big Beautiful Bill, a landmark piece of legislation that delivers long-awaited tax relief to millions of older Americans. This is a complete lie. And every elderly person that's on Social Security that gets this in their email is going to believe this because it comes from the government. You know what I mean? So they're straight up. I don't ever remember giving them my email address, but apparently they have it. And they're now sending out straight up propaganda emails lying about what's to come. It's ridiculous. So just to give you an idea how stupid this is. Here for reference. Okay, just for reference. This is how much it costs to build Trump Tower. Okay. It was it's in here somewhere. It cost $300 million to build Trump Tower. Okay, $300 million. But for some reason, they want us to believe that it costs $450 million to build a tent city with some generators in Florida. $450 million FEMA money. And let's not forget, last year during hurricane season, MAGA was like, oh my God, they're using FEMA money to house undocumented migrants. Well, guess what the Trump administration is doing? They're straight up stealing FEMA money to use for this plan. And just so you can see what $450 million gets you, first I want to replay this video because here's them lying about how nice this facility is going to be. And then I'm going to show you reality. Because remember, they said it would withstand a Category 2 hurricane. Specifically,
the detention facility includes over 158,000 square feet and is a fully aluminum frame structure rated for winds of 110 miles an hour or a high-end Category 2. For those people that don't think that we're taking that into consideration.
Okay. 110-mile-an-hour winds and a Category 2 hurricane. Well, apparently $450 million doesn't even protect you from a slight rainstorm, because this is what it looks like. Yeah, it's already flooded. I'm not a storm expert, but that did not look like 110-mile-an-hour winds. I was in a Category 3 hurricane one time, and I can tell you it's much stronger than that. But they actually held a press conference in this giant kennel. It's a dog kennel. That's all. This is a kennel for human beings. This is not a detention center. People are going to die at this place. They're literally going to die at this place. And MAGA doesn't give a shit. Just to give you an example, here's what Laura Loomer had to say about this whole thing. Yeah, alligator lives matter. The good news is alligators are guaranteed at least 65 million meals if we get started now. There are not 65 million illegal immigrants in this country, but there are 65 million Latinos in the United States. So here is Laura Loomer, who goes to the White House and who Donald Trump takes advice for, calls her a free spirit. This dumbass Jigsaw here is condoning the genocide of every Latino in America. Alligator lives matter. These people are fucking sick. Y'all are fucking sick in the head. I fucking hate every one of you. I hate everybody that voted for this. I hope you get what you deserve too. You know, one day you will. One day you will, because you're about to see a lot of pissed off people. You know, we've been minding our manners up until this point and trying to be as cordial as possible, but that shit's over, y'all. That shit's over. You need to shame every... Hold on a second. You need to shame every goddamn Trump supporter. POTUS started his live broadcast from the White House. Okay. You need to shame every single Trump supporter you see. If you see somebody in an alligator Alcatraz shirt, you need to tell them exactly how you feel about that shit. Call them a Nazi to their face. Call them a Nazi. See how they feel. Tell them they're a fucking traitor to the Constitution of the United States. To their face. You make sure that you treat these people, you treat MAGA exactly how they treat minorities. That is how we should be treating these people. Not being like, oh, that's too far. No, fuck these people. Fuck all of them. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of all y'all acting tough on the internet, harassing me while I'm playing video games. Like y'all got nothing better to do. You're just a bunch of trolls. You're useless to society. You want to say Mexicans are stealing all your jobs? Well, there's plenty of fucking farm jobs available now. And now you guys are like, well, we don't want those jobs. I'm sick of all y'all hypocrites out there. Every single one of you. And I hope you lose every freaking benefit that you get. I hope you lose it all. I don't care if you can't pay for your medication. I don't care if your house floods during hurricane season and you can't get FEMA money because they spent it all on alligator Alcatraz. I don't care, because if you don't give a shit about human life in this world, if you are okay with people being taken off the streets and herded into cargo planes like they're cattle, fuck you. All of you. I don't care. I turned ad revenue off on this episode specifically for this reason. And then you're out here celebrating Independence Day. You don't even know what Independence Day is about. Fireworks and barbecues. Literally, Donald Trump killed democracy on Independence Day, 2025. And I hate, like I said, I'm going to hate you all forever. Forever. There is no forgetting. There is no forgiveness. Okay? I'm going to treat you like you treat every marginalized group in this country. I will treat you worse than you treat these people. Okay? You get that? That's how societies should act towards every Trump supporter in this country. We don't have to accept this. Like, where's our fight? Where's our fight in this country anymore? We're just sitting back and like waiting for somebody to rescue us. We talk a lot of shit in this country. But now we got this going on and we're all just like, oh my God, oh, this is so bad. Let me make a TikTok video about it. This shit ain't helping nobody. Where is our fight? We're just showing Donald Trump that we're just a bunch of showboaters, that we just talk a lot of shit and don't do anything about it. This guy's literally talking about doing a UFC fight on the White House lawn next year for America's 250th birthday. Only problem is America died at 249 years old. We used to be the oldest running democracy in the world. In the world. We were the oldest democracy in the world. And because of MAGA and Donald Trump, that is over. That is over. So there's no reason to celebrate today. There's no reason to celebrate next year. I mean, UFC fights on the White House lawn? Are you guys fucking high? Really? That's what we're doing now? Why don't we just build him a stadium? Why don't we build him like a stadium like there's in Rome? We could give him a fucking crown. He can sit in the top so everybody can see his fat orange ass. Why do we do that? Just make him emperor. I mean, seriously, what is wrong with this country? I cannot believe this country is full of so many goddamn traitors to the Constitution of the United States. Because that's what you are, MAGA. You're a bunch of goddamn spineless, gutless traitors that can't think for yourself. You are useless to society. If anything, you're holding us back. The only reason this country cannot progress is because we have dumb shits in this country that voted for Donald Trump. That is the only thing holding us back. MAGA is the problem. We don't have an immigration problem in this country. We have a MAGA problem. We have a Nazi problem. The immigrants are fine. They're the ones working hard, paying taxes, doing the jobs that the fat-ass MAGAs don't want to do. But no, we're going to celebrate 4th of July like everything's cool. Like, y'all just voted away all of your benefits. White people in red states receive more financial aid than any other demographic in the United States. And you're celebrating because they gave you what? No tax on tips? Fucking peanuts. They give these people crumbs and they cheer. Billionaires are probably going to now be trillionaires, and they're happy with getting a few $100s in crumbs. Jesus Christ. Really? Is that what we've become in this country? You're happy with people that have billions who could literally solve all of your problems if they gave a shit. They could solve, the billionaire class could solve every problem that we have in this country. Homelessness, child hunger, education, lack of funding for education. Literally every problem in the United States can be solved by the billionaire class. But instead, I don't know, 350 million of us are letting a handful of billionaires tell us what we can and cannot do. And I'm sorry, I have problems following laws that are written by a goddamn convicted felon and his group of Nazi buddies. That doesn't sit well with me. So I'm not going to sit here and listen to dipshit here talk about law and order when he was found liable for rape. Was Jeffrey Epstein's best friend. And he's a convicted felon for being a fraud. And he's also filed bankruptcy 6 times. He dodged the draft 5. He's a useless piece of human shit, which means those of you that voted for him are less than that. And I'm going to treat you accordingly. Fuck. I'm so tired of this shit. I'm actually glad I came on the night. because I'm fucking pissed. We got people going to goddamn 4th of July, Independence Day celebrations, the day we broke away from the king. And you guys are celebrating. You dumb shits. Every one of you deserves to lose everything. We don't. We don't, because we didn't vote for this. We even tried to tell you fucking morons. We tried to warn you. And now, don't come on social media. I don't want to see a goddamn TikTok video going, oh my God, I lost my food stamps. Oh my God, I can't. Oh my God, my grandma got kicked out of her nursing home. What do I do? Please send me money. No, fuck you. Fuck you. Ask your dumbass right-wing buddies that voted for this shit to help you. Because we don't care anymore. We do not care. I will be making videos where I approach Trump supporters and tell them exactly how I feel about them. And I will be posting them online, because some of y'all think that some of us are just playing around right now. Some of y'all are not taking us seriously when we say we're extremely pissed off. You are radicalizing. Let's just say you're the minority in this country now. Okay? You know how you guys like to treat minorities? Well, I think it's time for the majority of America to treat you the same way you treat others. I hope that your grandkids feel the generational shame of your actions, of your vote, because blame your MAGA neighbors. Blame your MAGA neighbors. Remember the ones that now don't have signs in the yard anymore because they know they fucked up? Yeah, those are the people you blame. Every single one that had a Trump flag, a Trump bumper sticker, a fucking whatever. They're the reason we're in this situation. Them and people like Elon Musk, who basically just bought the presidency, who's now they're pissed off. They're still fighting. They're still beefing because obviously this bill hurts him too. So I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go on a rant. I wasn't even expecting to go on a rant. But like, seriously, we're being told it's hard to tell anymore. Like every piece of information we get feels like it's been propagandized in some way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? Like they're truly trying to tell us that Alligator Alcatraz is just a detention facility and they're going to be treated with kindness. And we've seen how Donald Trump's Gestapo has been treating people. And now he has an unlimited budget. Oh, and these Nazis are also now going to get a big old fat $40,000 bonus for being racist pieces of shit. These untrained, inbred, mouth-breathing, knuckle-dragging cousin fuckers are now going to get a $40,000 bonus for being a racist piece of shit, courtesy of Donald Trump and your GOP representatives. Way to go. Unbelievable. But here's another video just to show how ridiculous this concentration camp, which is what it is, and the fact that you guys are buying merch. Even if it was just a detention center, which it's not, it's a concentration camp, but even if it was just a detention center, why in the hell are you buying merchandise for that? They're putting humans into dog kennels, in bunk beds with no running water. There's no plumbing. There's no plumbing at Alligator Alcatraz. It's all portable. So you mean they're going to spend, they don't even want to feed Americans. They want to take Medicaid, Medicare, and food stamps away from Americans. So you honestly think they give a shit about illegal immigrants? You think they're going to give them clean water and good food and access to medical treatment? No. These people are going to fucking die, man, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. We have concentration camps on American soil. And we're still like, yeah, what are you going to do? No, we need to be in the goddamn streets. Like, I don't understand why we're not. I don't understand why I'm not. I feel like I just don't know where to go. I'd be in the streets right now if I had a plan, if I knew where to go, if I had the funding, I could do something. But no, I feel like I'm trapped. I can't do shit. I've never felt more helpless in my entire life. I think that's what's pissing me off. But let me take a breather and play this video real quick. Yeah. You want to tell me that's going to withstand a Category 2 hurricane? Can't even withstand like 30-mile-an-hour winds and a little bit of rain. But see, I have a question because I was on whitehouse.gov today. I was looking for when they were going to go live, which they are now. And honestly, I don't want to see his stupid orange face. But they, according to Fox News, this article here was on the White House's website. From New York to Arizona, migrant facilities are closing in the wake of Donald Trump's border crackdown. Well, isn't that interesting? Well, why do you need hundreds or tens of billions, over 100 billion, I think, in the end? Why do you need tens of billions of dollars if your immigration crackdowns are working and migrant facilities are closing? I was under the impression we were building new ones. But according to Fox News, yeah, they're actually closing, guys. So, yeah, we can take that $100 billion and use it for something else. This is a White House website. They can't even keep their own story straight. This is insane. This is truly the craziest time in human history. Oh, my God. So, yeah, moving on from this, let's look at something interesting happened during the signing of the Big Beautiful Bill, or the vote for the Big Beautiful Bill. You guys know, the whole Grinder thing during the RNC, how Grinder crashed a few times. And I've even said on the show that I think most Republican men, MAGA, I'm talking to you because you guys hate when I say this, you're just a bunch of closeted, angry, self-hating homosexuals that just haven't accepted, like, you saw like a movie, you saw a movie and there was a dick and it made you feel some type of way, and instead of just accepting who you are, because it's okay to be gay on our side, truly cool, but for some reason, like, that little tangle in your junk made you feel some type of way, and now instead of just accepting that you might be gay or bisexual, you decided to take out your hatred for yourself on other people. So that being said, maybe this proves our theory. Check it out. Hey, whoa, what was that? Let's zoom in for a second look. Oh, it looks like one guy grabbing another guy's asshole. That was a finger in the butthole. That was not a butt grab. Look, that. Should I play it again? Like, these Republican alpha men are literally poking a little finger in the old rectum on the House floor between prayer. Yeah, that happened too. Yeah, Brina, total ass grab right out in the freaking open. They don't even care. They don't even care, man. But you mean to tell me Lindsey Graham's not gay? Come on, man. Come on, please stop it. Just stop it. I mean, seriously. Hold on. I just saw Lindsey Graham too. Where was he? Not worried about him. All right, so let's move on from that, because that's what they were doing, literally grabbing each other's asses. And I honestly think it's the most pathetic thing I've ever heard. This has been verified by several people now. The Republican holdouts, all they wanted to do was meet Donald Trump. Donald Trump signed some merch. And they said, okay, I'm serious. I'm going to find the names of them. And then if they are one of your representatives, you should be on the phone with them, calling them, because they sold you out for an autograph and a meeting with Donald Trump. That is truly pathetic. The lady, what's the name? Murkowski from Alaska. Is that her name? Sold out just because they promised they wouldn't touch Alaska. So she sold the other 49 states out because they promised her stuff from. The greed and corruption is astounding, guys. Absolutely staggering, isn't it? They're just doing it out in the open now. They're just doing it right out in the open now. But again, according to, yeah, whatever. Anyway, I want to move on to Iowa because Donald Trump celebrated his victory in Iowa, and a lot of people were there. They were so happy to see him and everything like that. But according to, I don't know, Google, let me pull this up. approximately in Iowa, 259,000 people receive food stamps, 8% of the entire population. And on top of that, 700,000 people are enrolled in Medicaid. So 1 million people almost are going to be kicked off of their food stamps and medical assistance because they think that poor people like us are just lazy sacks of shit that don't work. We don't contribute to society, even though most people that get food stamps, like, how do you think we live on food? Because I've gotten food stamps. I've been on medical assistance. Like, you got to be poor as shit to qualify for that stuff. And as soon as you make a certain amount of money, they take it away. I don't understand how they honestly think their solution, they're telling their constituents the solution to not having Medicaid is get a job. That is their plan. They want to tell their constituents, we're going to take away thousands of dollars of food so you can get a $10 an hour job and make less than that. And they have new reporting requirements. If you're late like a day on these reporting requirements, they cut you off. It's truly going to be insane. And again, this affects Trump supporters. This affects white people in America the most. Again, MAGA, get it through your heads. White people in America receive more federal aid. Republican states, which you live in, receive more federal aid percentage-wise than most of the other states in the country, if not all. So you've literally voted yourself into poverty. Well, most of you are already living in poverty. So I don't know what's less than poverty. Starvation. Yeah, that's your next option. Unless you think Donald Trump's going to come and save you. Like, some of these people literally think Donald Trump gives a shit about them. Y'all are pathetic. You could be, honestly, I'm sorry, but y'all are the dumbest motherfuckers on planet Earth. You are. Let's say it. It's okay to say it now, guys. It's not even rude. Y'all are the dumbest people on planet Earth. Instead of just using Google to prevent, or even just listening to us, you were too busy with this social war that you guys started to realize that they've been lying to you this entire time. And now it's over. They got what they wanted. Guys. They got their infinite tax cuts at our expense. If you make less than $340,000 a year, your taxes will go up. Food will also be more expensive. Eventually, gas is going to go up because of what's happening in the Middle East. Literally everything is going to be more expensive. Plus, we're going to have food shortages now because, well, there's no farm workers. Donald Trump did suggest slavery. He did suggest slavery recently, that farmers should, own their people. It's truly sick. Sorry, but yeah, I'm just ranting, guys. Sorry if I'm ignoring the comments, man. Yeah, but I appreciate you guys being here on 4th of July. Like, today, honestly, it feels like a day of mourning to me. I feel like I'm mourning the loss of a loved one. I really do. So anyway, let's just keep going. We'll forge ahead. This is probably gonna be a short show, just because I'm not into it today. When I'm not in the mood, I just don't like making videos. So you ever see a day go by without me posting on TikTok? That's usually why. Said we should just in a shit mood. All right, so moving on. Here's Iowa representative, or I'm sorry, this is the Iowa governor on TV. Just, she either doesn't know, because Donald Trump didn't read the bill. Just so everybody is aware, Donald Trump has no idea what's in the big beautiful bill. They've been telling him, they've been lying to Donald Trump. I am almost 100% positive. They told Trump, yeah, we're not cutting that stuff. So he goes out into the public like, yeah, they're not cutting it. They're not going to cut it. And then, of course, they cut it. He has not read. You think Donald Trump read 900 or 1,100 pages or whatever this is? No, come on. The Republicans didn't even read it. They had to force the Republicans to read it aloud like they were school children, because they were literally voting on this without ever have read it. That's crazy. And then they read it and still voted for it, even though it screws all of their constituents. This is why I'm worried. This is going to be so overwhelmingly unpopular with everybody that doesn't benefit from Donald Trump. So basically, the entire poor, if you make, I don't know, less than 100 grand a year, you're screwed. You're screwed. Welcome to poverty. Well, you used to be the middle class. That doesn't exist anymore. There is no middle class. Now it's the rich people against the poor people. But yeah, MAGA's going to wake up one day and realize how bad it is. And honestly, that day, I cannot wait for that day. I wish it was soon. I wish it was soon. But according to the comments on my social media, they are nowhere close to coming to terms with how bad this is going to be. Bad. I mean, bad. All right, let me just play this video and just to give you an idea of the shit they're trying to feed to people.
He's, of course, going to kick off America 250. We don't think there's a better place to do that than at the Iowa State Fair. And then with the passage of the big beautiful bill, it is going to be one big celebration tonight in Iowa. And what a testament to his leadership, promises made, and really the success that he has sworn into office. It's incredible what he's been able to get done. Also a shout out to Speaker Johnson. Shout out to Speaker Johnson and Majority Leader Thune, and then our entire congressional delegation that supported the big beautiful bill and was engaged in it throughout the process. Really excited about what this means for everyday Americans and Iowans.
They're screwed. That's what it means. They're cooked. Iowa, cooked. Florida, cooked. Y'all FEMA's buddy. Your FEMA money is gone. DeSantis gave it all to Donald Trump to build a concentration camp. You're cooked. I guarantee she has no idea what's in this bill. I guarantee it. Or she's just flat out lying to her own constituents. But this is going to get bad, okay? Crime is going to skyrocket. Why? Well, we're talking about basic survival now because Republicans apparently don't think food is a human right. Apparently food is just a luxury for the rich. But once people starve, man, when the human body goes into survival mode, I've been in survival mode. It is not a pleasant place to be. And I can say from personal experience, you will do whatever you need to do to survive. Basic. Okay, so once people start starving, once, I don't know, over 10 million people lose their food stamps and can't figure out how they're going to feed their kids, guess what? They're going to come for the people that have more than them. Rich people. Who do you think we're going to hold accountable for this? Who do you think, like, even, you know, I have a beef with a lot of these young streamers like Aiden Ross, Lacey. I don't know if you guys have heard of any of these people. They all voted for Donald Trump because they thought it would make them more money. They didn't give a shit. And they knew, like, streaming is huge right now, especially IRL streaming. These kids are making tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars on just streaming, just sitting in front of a camera all day, taking a camera with them all day. And they gamble, they buy crypto. Like, this is the society that they live in. And they voted for Donald Trump and platformed him and promoted him simply because they thought he would make them more money. And they're finding out, too, that that was also bullshit. Because now there's even a gambling tax. Because most of these streamers, they get paid to gamble, essentially. They promote gambling websites to kids is what they do. And they get paid by these websites to gamble on stream. Well, their target demographic is typically under 18 years old. That's the type of people. And they voted for Donald Trump and promoted him again because they thought it would make them, kids who most of them have never had a real fucking job in their life. Now they're 20 years old, making 10, 20, $30 million a year. And they have honestly no idea, no concept of real life, what it's like for real life people. And then they thought they would use their platform, which is powerful. They have a lot more influence and power than they should. But then they use that to platform a Nazi like Donald Trump and help get him elected. And now they're upset. Like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. Why didn't anybody tell me? And we're all sitting there like, we did, you dumb shits. We did, but you didn't listen. Vegas is panicking because Donald Trump put a 10% tax, even if you lose money, you got to pay 10%. So like if you go to Vegas with 100 grand and you lose 100 grand, guess what? You still owe $10,000 in tax. Are we great yet, guys? Is this what? Oh, is this is it? We're great. We're good. This is what he meant. Make America great again. Oh, I get it now. I get it now. Apparently, making America great means just destroying America from within. That's what I hate about MAGA. Like, they're so happy to attack other Americans. I'm not even talking about immigrants, like attacking me. I'm like, why do you hate me? Because I don't like Donald Trump? That's weird. That's weird. And you should seek medical treatment. Like, you have an obvious mental health issue that needs medication. I think a lot of you should be on freaking lithium or something for real. You know, bipolar asses needs. All right, I'm just going to leave it at that. But anyway, this is what Donald Trump's bill means. This is all they cared about. JD Vance posted about this. They did not care. They're killing people. They do not care. This bill will kill people, literally kill people. American citizens, not illegal immigrants. American citizens. Not that it matters, because everybody should be treated with dignity and respect, except for MAGA. Treat them accordingly. This is all they cared about. The ICE budget. They now have a bigger budget than most militaries around the world. Think about that. Donald Trump has a personal army that is better funded than a lot of countries' entire militaries. And they're going to be filled with a bunch of racist ass hillbillies with no training. They're going to be running around with their personal AR-15s and their Amazon gear that they ordered. And they're going to be wearing masks, and they're not going to have warrants, and they're not going to have badges, and they're not going to be. They want to literally, they want to deputize citizens. Okay, think about that. So, say your MAGA neighbor gets an email saying, we're now giving $1,000 to every American citizen that reports an undocumented migrant. And people start calling on their neighbors. It's exactly what happened to the Jews in Germany. This is exactly what happened. History is repeating itself, only this is happening way faster than even I think Adolf Hitler could have imagined. Okay, Project 2025 is complete. Again, this is why I don't think we're going to have elections this year, because this is going to be so wildly unpopular, and they know it, and they don't care. They don't care. Like, I'm even surprised Donald Trump is talking about midterms, but the 5 people, or I think it was 5 or 6 or 7 maybe, holdouts that ended up selling out America for autographs, apparently they were concerned. Okay, this is what I've been hearing. They were concerned about their reelection, their seat. They were worried about their job, not Americans. They weren't worried that Americans were going to die. All they cared about was their job. So they went and met with Donald Trump. Donald Trump then shows them the next round of executive orders, which means they've already been written, which means they came straight out of Project 2025. And then all of a sudden, those people that were worried about holding on to their jobs are no longer worried about that, and more than willing to vote with this big, beautiful disaster. I'm telling you, something's coming. Something's coming. They cannot lose power. If they lose the House, investigations start. Again, if they lose the House, the Dems pick up the power to investigate, which I'm even honestly at this point, we need all politicians that are funded by AIPAC out. I don't think any of them deserve to be reelected at this point, Democrat or Republican. They are acting as if there's not going to be an election. Now, Mike and I are going to continue watching this, because we do have this theory that they're going to do whatever they possibly can to make sure free and fair elections no longer exist. Okay, democracy's dead. Democracy's dead. We'll never have another free and fair election. Unless somebody steps in and does something drastic, we're screwed. We're cooked. We're cooked. We're going to deal with Trumpism forever. Okay, that's a problem. That's a problem. And I just wish MAGA would at least give a shit. Like, what do we have to tell you? Like, white people are going to die. Like, does that make you care? You racist pieces of shit. If I told you white people are going to die, would that make you care? White Trump supporters are going to die. Would that make you guys give a shit? Like, you have no moral compass. You fucking go around talking about Jesus and the Bible. Enjoy hell. Okay, enjoy hell. There's no amount of praying and believing in Jesus that is going to get you into heaven. You have reserved seats. And some of you are going to be in the deeper layers of hell than others. Christians, my ass. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. I'm tired of this. So, all right. Anyway, moving on to Iowa again. But again, this is the problem. Everybody was focused on it, and I was too, because it's important. Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security is screwed, cooked. But the budget was all about the ICE budget. The bill was all about the ICE budget. That's all they cared about. Now they got it. They have a supercharged army. And this is a problem. Like, so I'm not calling for violence, but I'm just saying y'all need to arm yourselves. I'm not even lying. I'm sorry. You got, at this point, even if you're against guns, you need the ability to protect yourself. And I'm sorry, but if somebody rolls up on you with a mask in a van, pointing a gun at you with no badge and no warrant, you have the right to fucking self-defend. They're not government agents. If they don't show a warrant, the Constitution still exists until Donald Trump wipes his ass with it. We have rights according to the Constitution. They can't just make the rules up as they go. But if an armed person, you don't know it's a federal agent. If they don't have a badge, if they're not showing you a warrant, and they're just showing you a gun, hey, self-defense, right? Am I too extreme here? I'm sorry, but this is what it's come to. They're about to have every racist bigot with a hard-on to shoot a brown person in the streets working for ICE with military-grade equipment and vehicles and probably drones. Jesus Christ. But you need to protect your family. I'm not saying go out and start shit, obviously, but you need to be able to protect yourself. You need to be able to protect your family. Because again, if it's not ICE, if it's not the government, it's going to be starving Americans that are going to be starting riots and burning shit in the streets just to survive. This is the environment that Donald Trump has created. And MAGA doesn't get it. And they don't care. They don't care. God, I know they don't care. After this week, they don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. They could televise immigrants getting eaten by alligators on the White House website, and they would cheer and probably buy tickets for it on pay-per-view. These people are sick in the freaking head. Yeah, and Brian is right. Hakeem Jeffries, big disappointment. He is definitely very much so funded by AIPAC. That's why he's speaking out against Maher Mamdani, which actually Donald Trump is calling him a communist Marxist. Like, this is the shit he's saying in Iowa, just to give you an example. First, Donald Trump's out there saying that he's saved 2 billion farms in Iowa. I'm pretty sure there aren't 2 billion farms in America, let alone Iowa.
And very importantly for Iowa, this bill rescues over 2 billion family farms from the so-called estate tax and the death tax. In other words, before Trump, you were losing farms to the banks. Before Trump, you were losing the farms like nobody's ever seen before. You love your children. You don't feel so well. You pass away. You leave everything to your children. They have to pay a big estate tax or a death tax, as we call it. And they couldn't do it. They go out and borrow money, and all of a sudden the bank is foreclosing on the farm. Not going to happen. You have no more estate tax. You have no more death tax to pay.
What the hell is he talking about? All right. Anyway, then he decides to use an anti-Semitic slur. Now, remember, the Trump administration. Oh, hold on a second. Let me mute that one. There we go. Sorry about that. So then, remember how he's they're literally saying they're going to arrest people for saying bad things about Israel. They're going to literally arrest people and deport people for being anti-Semitic. And then Donald Trump straight up uses an anti-Semitic slur on stage.
I want to thank Republican congressmen and women because what they did is incredible last night. And the Senate, the Republican Senate, we got, not with all of the things we did with the tax cuts and rebuilding our military, not one Democrat voted for us. And I think we use it.
Does it sound better now if I do that?
No death tax, no estate tax. I want to thank Republican congressmen and women because what they did is.
Oh, that's the wrong one too. Is the sound still doubled or is it better? I don't know what the hell. Yup, as in better. Yup, as in it's still playing double. Oh, better. Okay, cool. All right. Back to the anti-Semitic slur.
No death tax, no estate tax, no going to the banks and borrowing from, in some cases, a fine banker, and in some cases, Shylocks and bad people. But they took away a lot of family. They destroyed a lot of families, but we did the opposite. So just remember, to me, it's so important, and it was mostly.
Yeah, but we're gonna arrest the people that are being anti-Semitic by saying. It's such a joke. This whole freaking movement is such a joke. Unbelievable. And then he goes after Zohran Mamdani. These guys are really scared of this guy, which is good. This is what the Democrats like. The Democrats have a perfect opportunity. Obviously, the people, if you pay attention, overwhelmingly like what this guy is saying and what he has to offer. But instead of being on board with it and going, hey, maybe this is the new direction we're looking for that the people can get behind. No, you attack the guy. Unbelievable. Like all of you corporate AIPAC paid politicians, if you've taken money from AIPAC, in my opinion, you shouldn't even be allowed to run for re-election. It's full on corruption at this point, both sides. But here he is attacking Zohran Mamdani.
The most noxious ideas in human history, ideas that have been proven false. Members of Congress and even former presidents have been openly embracing vile creeds such as socialism, Marxism, and straight-up communism. In New York, they're trying to elect a communist, Zohran Mamdani, the guy who wants to defund the police, take over the stores and run the stores, and have the people hand out goods. And when everything falls apart, it always does. It always works that way. It never has worked any other way. Anarchy and dictatorships prevail. This guy is a communist at the highest level, and he wants to destroy New York. I love New York, and we're not going to let him do that. Generations.
They were actually saying if he wins, I'm not even kidding, if he wins, they'll completely cut off New York City and make it not part of the United States. I'm not even kidding. That is how scared they are of this guy. It's hilarious. So if they're afraid of him, I like him. He's what we need. And then to make things even worse, I don't know why Trump hates America so much. But he does, and he just tells everybody he does, and they still cheer for him. I will never understand this. This will be studied by scientists in the future. You know, we should have known. You know what? We should have known. Idiocracy, the movie, told us this was going to happen. As soon as people started wearing Crocs, we should have been like, oh shit. But no, we're all like, Crocs are comfortable. And then we just ignored the shit. And then now we got this. In 10 years, we'll be watering plants with Gatorade.
I want to thank Republican congressmen and women because what they did is incredible last night. And the Senate, the Republican Senate, we got, not with all of the things we did with the tax cuts and rebuilding our military, not one Democrat voted for us. And I think we use it in the campaign that's coming up, the midterms, because we got to beat them. But all of the things that we've given, and they wouldn't vote only because they hate Trump. But I hate them too, you know that? So it's sort of, I really do, I hate them. I cannot stand them because I really believe they hate our country. You want to know the truth?
Unbelievable. Donald Trump hates America, dude. He hates everything it represents. He hates progress. He hates the fact that rich white people aren't running the show. Like, they hate that. That's what they want. That's what they want. And it's starting with the LGBTQ community, then the Hispanic community, and then eventually it's going to be the Black community. They're already going after the Haitian community. It's just a precursor. So heads up, before they start racially profiling everybody. Say, oh, you must be Haitian. Great. That's where we're at in this country. Yeah. So we have a demented president, power hungry, about to get everything he ever wanted, literally everything he's ever wanted for himself, not for the country, because he doesn't want anything for the country other than to sell it piece by piece to the highest bidder. If he were allowed to, he would sell public land to freaking foreign countries. Seriously, I'm surprised he hasn't sold an entire state to China at this point. But who knows what'll happen in the next few years? It could come back, could come to that. Who knows? Man, Donald Trump's already. They came out live and gave a statement and then left. That was it. So that's not live anymore. But anyway, I have one more video I'll show you. This was a reporter who I'm actually glad they asked him about the anti-Semitic slur that he used. And he just, and look how much of they look like a cult. They look like a cult. Everybody's standing there. They got their MAGA hats on and just smiling like everything's okay. And then this is the response that he gives.
I wanted to ask you about one of the words you used during your speech, Shylocks. That's widely viewed as an anti-Semitic phrase. Do you intend for that word to be used?
No, I've never heard it that way. To me, a Shylock is somebody that's a money lender at high rates. I've never heard it that way. You view it differently than me. I've never heard that.
Heard that term, and just so you guys are aware, as of 7 minutes ago, he signed it. It's over. He just destroyed America 7 minutes ago. Ended it. Killed it. Killed it with an autograph. So just so you guys know, America is dead. This is no longer the United States of America. Okay. We are something totally different now. Something I don't even recognize anymore. But no, it's signed. Congratulations, MAGA. You just screwed over everybody, including me, just so you know. So I hold a very personal grudge on this one, because this is going to make my life harder. It's going to make my kids' lives harder. My daughter's disabled. She's probably going to lose her disability, which she relies on for medical devices that she needs in order to function in everyday society. So I will treat you like the scum that you are when I see you on the streets from here on out. I will not hold back to tell you exactly how I feel about you. I will call you a Nazi piece of shit to your face just to see your reaction, to see how you like being treated like you treat people. You know what I mean? I was always taught treat others the way you want to be treated. Well, I'm going to apply that same thing I was taught to you. I see how you treat others, so I'm going to treat you the same way, if not worse, than you treat others. And I think the rest of this country should follow suit and do the same goddamn thing. Make them embarrassed to ever have been associated with this fascist regime. Seriously, shame them into oblivion. You let them know exactly how you feel. Most of them are just a bunch of freaking cowards anyway. They ain't going to do shit. They talk tough online behind their faceless social media accounts. Most of the ones online are bots. I don't even believe half of them are real most of the time. But this is the world we live in now. We are cooked, okay? We are cooked. If you guys think immigration was bad before, now he has the money to go into smaller communities in rural areas. Okay, they were focused on the large cities. No, get ready to see ICE on the streets in every city every day. Don't be surprised to see armed people just walking around the streets looking for brown people to arrest or worse. And MAGA doesn't care. Okay, MAGA does not care. They are so far gone. They are so brainwashed. They will never, ever, unless it truly affects them in an extreme way. Because there's people whose wives are getting deported. They're still like, I'll still support Donald Trump. Like, you dumb shit. Really? How dumb are you? Like, how dumb can you possibly be? You know, I may have wrote this joke. 17% of America's population has an IQ less than 100. And 100% of those people voted for Donald Trump. Every single last one of you. Like, you destroyed us. You destroyed us. And if you're celebrating New Year's, or not New Year's, but if you're celebrating Independence Day today and you voted for this, again, you're one of the dumbest fucking people on this planet. Truly reprehensible human pieces of garbage. I don't even care at this point if this video gets taken down, because I really need to say how I feel about these people. You're less than human. You're scum. You're traitors to democracy who supported a criminal who was found liable for abusing women, who damn sure was on Jeffrey Epstein's island. But you thought that guy was the best choice to lead an entire country. Jesus Christ. I hate every one of you. I do. I hate everybody that voted for this. I do. I don't care anymore. My aunt texted me today. I was like, you better be careful what you say online. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't care anymore. And I think that's the problem that MAGA is going to have in the near future, is a lot of us just don't fucking care anymore. We're going to lose everything. Some of us. You know what I mean? And we're going to lose it because of you. And the fact that you keep celebrating, it just makes us even more pissed. So keep it up. Keep it up. I'm sure it won't backfire on you at all. Just remember, though, MAGA, you are now the minority in this country. Okay? It's not black or brown people. Okay? It's not trans people. You are going to be the targeted minority in this country. And I think, and I hope that you get treated accordingly by everybody. Everybody that is not one of these MAGA nut jobs. I hope they shame you every day that you walk down the street. Every time you're in public with your stupid ass hat on, I hope somebody tells you you're an idiot. I hope somebody tells you you're a traitor. I hope they call you a Nazi to your face. You like using the N-word. Well, guess what? We have one for you now, too. So, sucks to be you guys. You think you're still celebrating, but y'all lost more than anybody. And the fact that you chose this is crazy. Despite all the warnings, despite everything we told you, you still didn't want to listen. And this is the result. This is the result. So I may have to delete this video afterwards. I don't know. I turned the ad revenue off so I could really speak my mind. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let me think on it. See how many views it gets. Yeah, see if it gets me in trouble or not. But yeah, that's all I have for today. Just wanted to come on. I was actually on longer than I thought I would. Thought I'd be. I'm gonna hop over and play some video games, try and take my mind off the fact that my country is done in my lifetime. In my lifetime, America got destroyed by the dumbest part of America. Thanks, MAGA. We blame you for all of this. So I might be back on tomorrow, or I might just take a break, because honestly, I'm so pissed off right now. I'm going to get myself in trouble if I keep talking. But we will definitely be on Sunday. We're going to do an education episode. We want to compare the amount of money they put into public education as opposed to ICE, and see which one gets more. Love you guys. Hope to see you guys in the comments then too. We'll be on 2:00 in the afternoon. And Alexa is coming back. She's on vacation in England, but thanks to the magic of the internet, she will be on as a guest. So gonna have a lot of fun there. Love you guys. Trying to have a good rest of your evening.